14 matchup that should be a good one between the Houston Texans and the Carolina Panthers. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On 2nd and 7, Mills. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mills. And his throw is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage. Able to knock that one away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Etor Gross-Matos getting in there to make the play. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. This is fielded at the 7. 54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down, and he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
third and short yardage. Mayfield. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 11. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Mills. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Dante Jackson picks it, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he returns this to the 22.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mills. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, nearly another reception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And he'll go out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. 6-0 our score after 1. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
This is how offensive coordinators earn their money. He thought he was ahead of the curve after first down.
Got 7 yards first down play, but then you get stuffed there on 2nd down, maybe just a yard out of it. Now your advantage is evaporated. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Hard throw, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And it's taken in at the 9. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now on 2nd and 13. Mills. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll air this one out from Mims.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded at the 27. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Mayfield now. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield on play action. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And again, it's Mayfield. He's got the connection to Moore. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2. 4th down, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down, as you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Mills. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. Bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw is Mills. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Mills now. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it up. And the Panthers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game? The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Well, the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Mills throw completed to Mechie.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. From the 44, Mills able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mills.
He sets to fire deep. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
John Mechie
with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Texans are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. As they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Finding more on the out route for the completion. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Mayfield looks to throw. Again, he finds more. 7 yards there and a first down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Mayfield on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mills. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Thus far, they've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
In motion left goes a tight end. Final play of the half, Mills. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. And some space here. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one covers 29 yards. First down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From just shy of midfield, Mills. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Fourth down, Mills. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 41. For Charles, in a tie game, you always wonder who's going to be making the big plays. Right now, it's not the offensive players. We're seeing these defenses step up and take control. Both of the last 2 drives have ended with interceptions.
They are certainly dictating this game, aren't they? Now it's going to come down to which offense can follow their defense's lead and step up in the clutch themselves.
Always got some breathing room. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Mitchell. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal. Throwing, Mayfield. That is caught. It's Anderson. Touchdown, Panthers. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Panthers have taken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's impersonal or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mills. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by J.C. Horn. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
He gets it to Cooks. Finding room at midfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Chubb will try the middle here. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Throwing, Mills.
Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Working out of the gun, Mills.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Texans are right back in this football game.
That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down.
Williams brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
A 1st down throw for Mills.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
On 2nd and 10,
Mills.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the 1st half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Mills to the air again.
And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now Mills on 4th down.
This is caught. It's Cooks.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down.
They go up the middle with Chubb. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw, Mills. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, here's Mills.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They're down 2 scores, and they need a quick one to try and get back into this one. That was one way to try and get it done. Unsuccessful in the attempt, but they have no choice but to keep trying.
Gay's kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Panthers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on 2nd down. Mills. He'll get this complete to Collins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Slot man moves right. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. Mills hit, and he loses the ball. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Past the 20. And that should just about do it. They will turn it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Gonzalez to add the PAT.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now here is another interception. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, but he opted for the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st and 10, Mills. And my goodness, another interception. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this run.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And all this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop them behind the line for the second straight play. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
But, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Panthers, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.